ICE has done a raid and brought out Black Hawk helicopters in downtown Chicago. This is crazy.
To see, but there's a helicopter right there on this building, and that helicopter has just inserted snipers for the protection of all these federal agents you can see entering the building. What they are after,
they're rappelling off the helicopter.
Particular individuals associated with TdA. They say these individuals are responsible for dealing in guns, long guns and handguns, as well as drugs.
They absolutely are. They did it in Denver.
This is really an unprecedented show of federal force. Almost 300 agents coming to get control of this building and the people inside.
That's crazy. Well, it looks like whether J.B. Pritzker and Brandon Johnson want it to happen or not, President Trump is getting the job done, and they are going head-to-head with TdA. Now, we already know that TdA has made a presence in Denver, Colorado, in the suburbs of that area called Aurora, and they ended up condemning the entire building, getting everyone out of there. And there were some arrests made, but a lot of those guys got out of there because Denver is soft on crime when it comes to immigration. So those guys are probably still ripping and running and destroying the streets of Denver, Colorado. Meanwhile, in Chicago, ICE brought 300 agents to take down TdA. This is insane. Check it out.
Well, federal agents went into homes in the Southshore area last night carrying out immigration enforcement. Border Patrol officials confirming they were looking for Venezuelan gang members.
They said that they arrested more than a dozen people. Fox 32's Joni Lum has more.
A Chicago FBI official confirms the raid in Southshore was part of targeted immigration enforcement, and multiple law enforcement agencies were involved. Neighbors say they were awakened by loud noises in the middle of the night and saw that federal agents dressed in military-style uniforms had surrounded the building at 75th and Southshore Drive. Hundreds of agents were on the scene. A Border Patrol official told Fox News they were seeking 6 high-priority targets, including suspected members of TdA, a Venezuelan criminal organization. The official said the building had been overtaken by criminal, undocumented immigrants. One neighbor who did not want to be identified said he saw people being taken out of the building.
I have a lot of mixed emotions about this. You know, I've just moved over here about a year ago, and just seeing it happen in person, it's kind of sad. You hear people screaming, you hear loud bangs and pops, you hear, you see, children outside standing, I don't know if with their parents or not. I mean, it's a little scary,
More than a dozen people were taken into custody and are being processed at the Broadview ICE facility, according to authorities. Joni Lum, Fox 32, Chicago.
Illinois House Republicans are addressing the Department of Homeland Security's request to send troops here.
During a meeting today, they said the governor's opposition to the National Guard is hypocritical.
So what I was saying was keep in mind that Pritzker has had the National Guard on standby during last year's Democratic National Convention in Chicago to protect Democrat bigwigs, but he opposes calling in the National Guard to protect Chicagoans now. That's safety for me, but not for thee.
Yesterday, Governor Pritzker said DHS has requested 100 military personnel be sent to Illinois to protect federal agents right here. It has not been confirmed if or when that could happen.
Now, we know that President Trump has declared TdA a terrorist organization, and the U.S. Department of Justice has all of the proof that they've committed every crime underneath the sun on their website. But yet people across the United States in places like Chicago, Denver, and Portland are protesting to keep these people in the country. It doesn't make any sense at all. These people are violent, and of course, we are getting into these crazy protests where you have Antifa taking over the scene. It is slowly becoming more and more difficult to tell who is Antifa and who is a real protester. They're all becoming violent, so I guess it doesn't matter But for sure, people that are getting arrested that are Antifa are getting arrested as a domestic terrorist. They're not messing around, folks. Nick Shirley had his life threatened last night. Some crazy Antifa thug gang member ran up on him, and if it wasn't for ICE and HSI putting the beam laser from their weapon on this guy, Nick Shirley for sure would have been attacked, quite possibly worse. We got to definitely thank ICE and all these guys for also protecting our people that are just trying to report on what the heck is going on. Check this out.
Hey, what are you doing? Hey, I didn't do anything. Hey, get the fuck out. You get out of here. Don't try to hit me.
Get out of here.
Well, I have
get
no.
Out of here. Don't come back.
Get away from me.
You again?
Get away from me, sir.
Get the
Where are you? You're pushing me onto the road.
Get the fuck out of here.
Let me move. Let me get out. If you're gonna let me get out. Hey, sir. Stop.
I believe that Nick Shirley could have knocked this dude out if he wanted to.
Stop it.
Fucking walk.
Stop.
Walk, motherfucker.
What are you doing? Why are you so mad? I didn't do anything.
You did.
What did I do?
Walk.
I haven't done anything.
Walk, motherfucker. Do not come back.
Watch out.
You come back, I'm gonna fucking smoke you, dude.
Really?
Oh.
Yes, really. I'm
Why?
gonna smash that fucking camera.
Stop it. Stop. Sir, stop it.
Stop sticking your cameras in people's fucking face.
I have the right to be here.
Okay, did I say?
I have the right to be here.
Stop.
I have the right to film. You have DHS watching you right there.
Stop.
Lasered on you.
I
you have a
didn't do
sniper
nothing.
lasered on you right now.
I don't give a fuck.
Stop it.
Stop.
He's lasered on him,
sticking
for
your
real.
camera in people's face.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Okay.
You have a sniper on you right now.
Yeah,
You have a
boy.
sniper on you right now.
You got a sniper on you, boy. You better calm down with all that. Nick is a savage for going out there dealing with these crazy people and keeping his cool, because I don't know if I would have kept my cool. I know that that dude is not a tough guy. He's walking around with a mask on, not brave enough to show his own face, making all these threats. Oh my goodness. I used to be in that street life, man. This type of stuff. This is why whenever I hit the streets, I'm going to have to be careful and do a lot of praying that I don't lose my cool, because I don't know if I could have did that and handled that situation like Nick Shirley just did. And that is why I got to give him a lot of props on this, because man, oh man, it takes more of a man to restrain yourself and not go down to that level as these clowns like Nick Shirley did than it does to actually get into a physical altercation with this guy to prove that you're tougher than him. So shout out to Nick Shirley. Imagine signing up to be a police officer to protect and serve, only to be hired and decide to not protect and serve American citizens, but you decide to protect and serve illegal aliens. That's exactly what's happening in Broadview, which is just right outside of Chicago where the ICE facility is. The chief of police literally is getting cursed out by ICE agents and federal agents for being a traitor and not helping them do their job. This is insane. I've never seen this level of traitorism in a police chief. This is mind-boggling. Check this out.
I was shocked. I've never been spoken to by a fellow law enforcement officer in such a way.
Broadview Police Chief Thomas Mills says on top of requiring 75% of his department's manpower for crowd control outside of the ICE processing facility in the west suburban city, he was personally, verbally attacked by ICE agents during a protest.
I'm a leader of a department. I know that my officers are looking at me for guidance and leadership, and I had to ensure that, I had to stay calm and not engage in such unprofessional behavior.
Chief Mills says he was walking across a skirmish on September 12th, the day this video was shot. He was called multiple expletives by an ICE agent, calling him a coward, accusing him of neglecting his duties during protests that got physical. Mills also telling the I-Team about an incident earlier this week where a pedestrian was hit by a truck near the ICE facility.
Allegedly, a ICE agent struck someone and continued on into their location. And during the course of that, while trying to gather information, there was pepper spray released while my officers right there. They felt the effects of that pepper spray where it altered their vision. They were coughing, and I was on the phone with them, and they had to leave the area so they can decontaminate themselves.
Now, Broadview's mayor has issued a blistering letter to ICE excoriating their actions, saying, quote, Broadview police officers are routinely being exposed to ICE agents' tear gas volleys, forcing them out of action until they recover. Broadview firefighters and ambulance personnel are being exposed. Nearby residents are being exposed. Beleaguered Broadview residents are begging for relief from your center's siege of our neighborhood.
It's truly mind-boggling to see we're living in a time where no one is really safe. We saw the passing of Charlie Kirk. We saw just now Nick Shirley get threatened by Antifa. And even Ed Korstein, also known as Big Balls, the former Doge employee, was attacked in D.C. for trying to protect a woman from violent criminals. We have a big problem in this country. And maybe even bigger is the people that are trying to defend criminals, defend illegal aliens, and do whatever they can to go against Trump. Just because they don't like him and they don't like conservatives. They'd rather see the country burn down than to see crime get cleaned up. It's unbelievable. Check out what Ed Korstein had to say about his violent attack in D.C.
I was hanging out with a group of my friends late at night, and at about 3 a.m., we were wrapping up, and I was walking one of my friends back to her car, and as we're walking to the car, there's a group of 10 guys right across the street, and as we get to the car and she begins to fumble for the keys, they start shouting at us. And really quickly, I knew something was really off about the situation. So she unlocks the car. I rush her into the driver's seat. She's able to close the door behind her and lock the doors. And, you know, right as I turn around, they run up on me, and they're just a few feet away. And they slam me against the car. They start throwing a bunch of punches. I keep my hands up. I'm just like, all right, I'm getting a lot of punches here. I'm just trying to protect my head the best way that I can. And, you know, luckily, the whole thing didn't last too long. The police showed up pretty quickly. So I was very fortunate. I only came out with a broken nose and a concussion. It could have been a lot worse.
Oh, my God. All right. So they were wailing on you. Did they get you down on the ground?
No. I knew that if I got down on the ground, it'd get way worse. So I was like, all right, no matter what, I just have to stay on my feet.
All right. So stay on your feet. You protect the head because you know what? Big Balls also has big brains. And that's very important. And you saved this lady friend of yours. You kind of saved more than her car. You might have saved her life.
Yeah, it was a really bad situation. And, you know, the carjacking didn't make a lot of sense because, like, it was like the cheapest car on the block. So it felt like there might have been something else going on there.
Okay, well, you're a brave guy and you're a lucky guy, and we're glad you're okay.
We are just a short moment away from having a lot of new governors in the United States. Vivek Ramaswamy is potentially one of those people. He's most likely to be the new governor of Ohio. Now, we know that Dayton, Ohio has horrible crime, and there are various other places like Akron that have terrible crime that needs to be cleaned up. So this will be a chance for the world to see what happens when you put a conservative governor in place and put some new policies in to get things cleaned up. Because obviously what's happening in Portland, in Chicago, Denver, Baltimore, all of these liberal places cannot continue. We're witnessing California get burnt to the ground, literally and figuratively. So we need new governors. And if Vivek Ramaswamy wins, if Byron Donalds wins, we have a chance to see what putting some of these conservative governors in place will do. Check out what Vivek had to say about it.
Are we headed towards a dangerous place in this country?
We're heading to a dangerous place because crime is still not abated in the cities. And the dirty little secret, Jesse, is that the overwhelming majority of crime in our cities is actually committed by a really, really, really small number of people.
Right.
Take even Columbus, Ohio, where I live, city of over 1 million people. It was a Democrat mayor's study who said that less than 500 people were committing over 50% of the crime. And then get this, if you look at the locations where they're committed, over 50% of crimes are committed in less than 5% of the locations in a city. So this isn't rocket science. We need precision policing, get the actual job done. All right, I'm from a state that put a man on the moon. We can figure out how to actually end this problem. But the reality is it is a political problem for this fringe of the Democratic Party that has the rest of their party in a chokehold, where a lot of these Democrat mayors might privately agree with you and I. I've talked to many of them, and they do. But they can't do it because they're beholden to a political base that in some ways is addicted to keeping these criminals off the street. You want to solve the problem? Put either of them in a psychiatric institution or in prison where they belong. People would say, how could you find them in a city of 1 million people? The answer is they make it really easy because they are repeatedly committing crimes. So this isn't complicated. It's common sense, but it comes down to having the spine to actually see it through. And that's what we need.
President Trump, Tom Homan, Kristi Noem, HSI, ICE, they're all going to have a difficult time over these next few years, not only dealing with foreign criminals, but also domestic terrorism. I mean, this is crazy, but hopefully they can get it cleaned up. It just is crazy to see so many people that truly hate this country be from this country, and I don't understand it. You guys let me know what you think. Be safe out here. You're watching Unexplained Outlook, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.